Scotty, on social media, I'm seeing a ton of influencers spruiking investing and stocks and all these different things, and it's quite overwhelming. I'd love to have a punt, but it's very confusing as to which way to go. Should I sign up to Stake or Robinhood or anything like this? Where with a fairly modest amount of spare cash, is it worth it? Should I even bother? Where should I go if I wasn't going to come see you and I just want to DIY and basically be involved? What's a good place to start?
Great question. It's good to be thinking about it, and making a start's probably the most important thing. By continually thinking, I'm not ready for it, it's not quite right, it's not quite the ideal circumstance. Ideal never comes along.
Sure.
Never is going to be 100% perfect for that, but making a start and giving it a crack, I think, is the number one thing you've got to do.
Yep.
So there are a number of small platforms available where you can loose change, put some of your investments to work.
Mm-hmm.
Recommended for some of my kids. My kids are doing that.
Yeah. What are they in? What have you told your kids to do?
I think they're in Stake, so where they spend a few dollars, a couple of dollars goes off to the investment.
Right.
And they're just slowly building up some ETFs, some exchange traded funds through that.
Yeah, nice.
And getting some exposures. Because I just got to see
how it works.
How it works, and it's not always going to be going up, but over the long term, it's a good place to be.
Yep.
Having money just sitting in your bank account and sitting there ready available, you'll go to the shops, you'll tap, and it'll just
go to the
disappear.
Bali trip.
Yeah, you'll find heaps of reasons to spend it, or there's heaps of options to spend it on. Just start locking some of it away.
Yeah. So the media came up with this idea that young people will never buy a house because they're too obsessed with having avocado on toast. And is that the case, or are properties just way too out of reach for the younger generation?
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like a smashed avo on toast should stop me from buying a property.
It shouldn't stop you. I suppose the ratios are all the cost of a house compared to the average wage is certainly right out of whack. But also then, I suppose in my day when I first bought my house, I had milk crates to be sitting on and some bean bags. The bean bags were the comfy couch. I had a shit box of a TV to be using, but I had my first bit of land. Had my first place, which was my castle.
Did you pay in pounds or dollars? Shillings?
Wasn't quite that far ago, but it was a while ago. But it was my little shitbox.
Yeah.
And I was proud of it. There's nothing fancy about it. I was scrimping and saving.
Do you think the young generation just expects too much then? Is it the case? Because to me, if house prices have gone up 13 times but salaries have only gone up 3 or 4 times, the gap is very large. So I don't see how a first home buyer can really get on the market, especially as a solo first home buyer. If they're a couple, they've got a bit of an advantage because they're probably, even a 75k a year each, they're still doing okay.
Yeah.
Is it possible for a single person who's a first home buyer to actually get onto the market without having an inheritance or help from bank and mum and dad?
It is possible, but I do think, your expectations. Got to have your expectations right. It's not going to be the forever home. It's not going to be the home for when you have a family and have a kids and maybe have a bigger household. But just start somewhere.
Yeah.
Got to make a start. So it might be an apartment, or it might be something, a townhouse, or something that's cheap that you can get into. Get on the ladder. Get in the game, and you can work
your
from
way
there.
Up from there. Yep, fair enough.
If you can renovate it or you can add some value to it, do those sorts of things. But you've got to participate in the game.
Yeah, it's hard though, right? You go to, if you've been to a property inspection or an auction recently, Scotty, but there's generally 30 to 100 people lined up trying to buy that property, including people on the phone from the East Coast. So it's a tough market out there.